familiarity for them with us. So we know this is going to be a tough game. We did address the fact that a year ago we had a pretty good football team. We had Ferris State in here, and that was a real battle. They were one of the best teams we played in that season, and we kind of expect the same out of Central Washington. They've got good history and have played great football there for many, many years. So we expect this to be a hotly contested game, and hopefully we'll be ready to go.
With camp complete now, just what were the biggest things you learned about this year's team throughout training camp?
I don't know that you learn so much in training camp. We were together all summer, so it's not like you're learning a whole bunch. It's more about getting game ready and getting the work in. I thought we had good work. I thought it was competitive. Yeah, I like the work we got done.
As you guys did put that work in, just where do you feel this team made its most improvement throughout camp?
Again, I think it was more just getting ready, game ready. Improvement. We didn't have a scoreboard on, so it's hard to say. I don't know. I mean, you were out there. We went out and worked hard every day. That's what we did, and I think that you get better at things when you work at them.
Just how much depth do you feel you guys have with this year's group, and are there any specific positions where you feel really good about the depth you guys have built there?
I think that you are constantly striving to have depth on your football teams. I mean, that's every team in America. So, from recruiting and then player development standpoints, we're always trying to develop depth. That remains to be seen. Again, we've been 9 months playing against ourselves. We'll have a scoreboard on Saturday, and we'll kind of see where that sits.
And just overall health of the team, just how are you guys coming out of camp?
Yeah, I have no idea. I'll see who's practicing today. That's my best gauge.
You mentioned the longest offseason in all of sports. Did it seem even longer not playing?
Yeah, we added a week to it. So, yeah, I mean, it was kind of fun to get to go to my daughter's volleyball game Saturday and then watch some games, but I would prefer to be playing.
Yeah, were you kind of like chomping at the bit watching other games on Saturday?
Yeah, I think, I'm just one of the crew, right? But I think everybody here was chomping at the bit to get out there and play and not having a game and watching everybody else in America playing. I mean, we've got an evening kick on Saturday, so there will be teams that will have completed their third game before we even kick it off. I mean, Kansas and, I don't know, Portland State probably.
Right. How do you hope – is there a way a team can take advantage, though, of having an extra week of training camp? And how do you hope you guys do?
There really isn't, because you're the schedule – our open day was last weekend, but the NCAA doesn't let us set it up that way. So it's not like we get an extra week. Your start dates count back, and you only get a certain number of practices before the first game. So the answer to that is no.
From a game planning perspective, though, when we talked in July, you were saying everybody is sort of a mystery because there's so many new players. You have one game of game film on Central Washington.
Well, they wouldn't exchange it, so we don't.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So then how do you go about game planning if you don't have any game film?
Go off last year's film. That's the best we can do.
Was there a particularly competitive position group battle that you saw somebody rise up to the top and win?
I wouldn't say anyone was any more competitive than the other, but in saying that, I would probably impart that they were all pretty competitive. I think we have a competitive team.
When you have a football team of new guys and you're going up against a team that's gotten to play for 60 minutes in this new season, and you guys haven't, just in your eyes, how big of a disadvantage is that?
Well, every team in America has got a lot of new guys. I was watching Cal and Oregon State, and they said Cal had 37 guys going to the transfer portal last year, which made them the fifth most in the ACC. So there's a good indicator on where it is in college football. But I do think that playing a game is a tremendous advantage against a team that hasn't. So, but that is what it is. we're going to have to lean into that and make sure we're sharp.
Going off that, how excited are you to see all your guys go out there and play, and especially the ones that you haven't seen play in an actual game?
Well, I'm always interested to see how the young guys perform when the lights are on. We have an idea what they can do athletically and if they know what they're doing. But the guys that have not played college football, the first time out's always interesting. Some of them, perform like champs, and some of them short circuit, and we have to keep them going and get them the experience. And sometimes that really shows up in the kicking game where a lot of those guys play. But in terms of being excited for the game, I think everybody would be really excited for this game.
What do you think, I don't know, in like a broad sense, is just like an important thing in a season opener for you to like execute or accomplish?
Well, the idea, and it sort of goes back to Frank's question, is you spend from January till this weekend trying to get ready for this game, and you want to go out and execute at a high level, and you want to know what you're doing. You want to be sharp. You want to take care of the football. You want guys to do their job and not worry about anything else other than that. So it piggybacks onto your first question. I don't know that will happen. I just don't know. You never do.
It's kind of interesting, the history between Montana and Central Washington. Just the last couple of meetings have been different and weird, right? You think of 08, where it was a pretty close game here, and then obviously the spring of 21. I mean, what do you remember about those games and contests, and why is it, I guess, these two programs kind of have memorable games against each other?
Well, I remember the 08 game distinctly because they had a really good team. I mean, the quarterback, I think Mike was the MVP in the CFL at one point in time, or the MVP of the Grey Cup, or maybe both. And then, the tight end, I think the running back both spent time playing in the NFL, so they always have dudes. I think this time we played them that game in the spring, I think that was a little bit of an ambush. I think we had better preparation than they did.
Have you guys named any team captains yet for this season?
No, we haven't.
Will you guys?
We'll just do a game to game.
Just explain the thought process on that, I guess.
It's what NFL teams do. It's what our seniors preferred.
And looking at Central Washington, Mike Ferreter, their offensive coordinator, I know you said you don't have game film, but how much can you look back at old Idaho State stuff, or you have guys on your staff who worked with him? How much can that help you prepare for this?
I don't know that we would ever go back, whatever that was, 5, 6, 7 years. I don't think we'd go back that far. I mean, I don't, everybody evolves. Even we got, like I said, it's the longest off season in sports. Most people evolve year to year. So I don't know that we'd go back 5, 6 years.
And do you guys have anyone who has to sit out the first half due to like a ejection or disqualification from the last game of the previous season?
I don't remember anybody getting thrown out. Do you?
Or it could be guys who transferred in. I'm not sure about all
Yeah,
of
I don't
the
think so.
situations.
I don't think so. Hope not. That'll be news to me.
And just, how are you guys dividing it up this year? You guys have coaches on the sideline, or who's going to be up in the box this year?
I don't have that off the top of my head, nor do I want to waste everybody's time with that.
Anybody else? All right. Thanks.
All right,
everyone.
thanks, guys.